Let's go, Tyrese. Let's go. Let's go. Holies, if you would have told me he would gradually get back to this point at the perfect time, I would have been like, you bullshit. I wouldn't have believed it. I'm telling y'all right now, I wouldn't have believed it. For him to gradually get back and for the team was cryogenically frozen in time and had to evolve as he evolved to get back. Man, listen. This was a good one. This game one was a goodie. That was a good one. Shout out to Tyrese Haliburton. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little skeptical and I was frustrated, but I remember you played in the Olympics. You wasn't able to work on your game and pick up from where you left off. You had to work on your game during the season. That's why I stepped back. It's time to be critical, and it's time to be like, you know what? I gotta let this thing evolve. Let me step back. And I was frustrated because my Raptors sacrificed another season. So I was like, you know what? Let me fall back and let this thing happen. Let me watch. And I watched. And you even watching during the season, I still couldn't foresee him getting back in pocket like this. This is seamless. When you say perfect timing, this is perfect timing. This is what you call the stars lining up. This is one of those shining moments. This is one of those NCAA. You know what you know the song. Magnificent. For him to be in this pocket right now, it's magnificent. Shout out to him. To watch him literally work his way back to All-Star All-B during the season. That's not as the point guard. They had the highs and lows as he had his highs and lows. It took him a while to get his shot back. It threw the timing off. He wasn't feeding Pascal in the beginning, and Pascal still became an all-star. You know what I mean? Yeah. He still became an all-star. Tyrese Haliburton has regained his stature as one of the best point guards, if not the best point guard in the NBA. I know Darius Garland ain't play, but this man did what he was supposed to do. If you're not available, you're not available. But he didn't let his foot off the gas. He understands the assignment. And the Pacers look good. They looked real good. And he's back to all-star, all-NBA form. Impressive. During the season, I looked a little shaky. That's why I had to step back. Let it evolve. It's very difficult to do what he did. And it happened. In this climate, while things are changing and growing into their own directions, and every team has their own agenda, he stayed the course, and the Pacers stayed the course, and they're right where they need to be, in unison and at the peak performance level that they need to be at, and healthy. Most importantly, they're healthy, and he's healthy. Woo, it's going to be a long series for the Cavs. Listen, the only thing they get to look forward, the only thing the Cavs get to look forward to is if they lose this series, LeBron comes back. They get LeBron back. So it's kind of like they're really not going to lose. It's a win-win. You know what I'm saying? If they win the series, okay. Sigh of relief, but you still got to go deep in the conference finals for us to believe that you're one of those teams that need to be feared and taken seriously. Because Donovan Mitchell has been here before. And they did not get to the point where they cleared that phase of teamism, if you want to call it that, or stature as a team. And they're looking for that stature and that next hurdle to jump over, and they got to clear that. And they got to go through the paces to do it. And without Darius Garland being 100%, it's going to be that much more difficult. And the Pacers are not going to make it easy for you. You're going to have to hoop. And they look like they were in stride, healthy, all on the same page, and woo, woo. Tyrese Haliburton dominated. 22 points, 13 assists, made key shots and key defensive stops. He didn't shoot well from 3, 2 of 6, but those shots that he did, those 2 threes that he did make, crucial. The defensive stops that he did have, crucial. Made the difference. And they win game 1 and take control over this series as far as home court is concerned. And they let the they let the Cavs know this shit is real out here. You got the right one today. You got the right one today. You better not listen. We know what you did during the season, but this is different. Ain't nobody playing with you. We in pocket. We in pocket. They set the tone, the scoring pace. They played defense. They did everything. The Cavs had 70 points in the paint. But it was just something about the shooting of the Pacers that was like, listen, there's nothing you could do. We'll give that up. We'll give that up. But you're gonna also have to win the shootout. And they were able to, they hit 7 more threes. They hit they hit 10 more threes. They hit 19 threes. They hit 30 points worth of threes more than the Cavs. And the Cavs, like I said, they're second in made threes at almost 16 a speck, below 16 a game. They only hit 9. They were what, 9 for 36, 9 for 38. The Pacers were 19 for 36, almost 53% on 53% shooting from the field as well. And they did it at their pace, dropped 121. You better you better figure something out. I'm telling you right now, Tyrese and them ain't playing. They are aware of the moment. Aware of the moment. And they know that without your boy Darius Garland, it's not going to be easy for y'all to run that offense and to get that production. They rely on Darius Garland for a lot. Leadership, guidance, and at the point guard spot to have an all-star who's at that level, you can't replace that. You can't replace that, especially not now when the money on the floor. Shit. You got to be careful how you use him when he comes back. So you're still at a disadvantage because he's not going to be 100%. And this guy, Tyrese Haliburton, is with all the bullshit. He's prepared to play against a healthy Darius Garland. And there is no healthiest Darius Garland. But he's still playing as if he's going up against a healthy Darius Garland. With the same fury and ferociousness that he would have against him, he's attacking everybody with it. He's competing whether this guy is on the court or not. Do you know how disciplined you have to be? Because subconsciously, you will take it easy. You're like, oh, shit, he ain't playing. Cool. I can go through the motions. And nah, they put their foot on the gas and handled their business. And they did everything the way they were supposed to, aggressively. They were committed to remaining aggressive, taking shots, their shot selection. They made sure when they got a look, especially if it was a good one, it had to go in. They made sure they executed. They made sure they continued to play at a certain space as far as of anger and aggression is concerned. Because there's going to be moments where you waver and that team gets the momentum going. That's why you saw Cav players doing all that extra theatrical shit after they scored to get the crowd into it. It didn't help though. With Tyrese Haliburton playing the way he was playing, success is all you're going to have. There was no room for failure. His presence was more than enough to get it done. And that team played as one. Like nobody's number on the back of that jersey or nobody's name on the back of their jersey outshined the program. And when I think of team basketball, that's what I like seeing. I like to see shit like that. That's what made me a Raptors fan. Everybody played as one. And that's where it is right now. In order for you to be successful as a team, you have to play as a team. No man is above the program. If the media shines the light on your player because he's at the top of the pecking order offensively or for whatever reason, then that's that. But it all starts with winning and performing. And they're winning and performing. And whoever gets the most credit, it'll start with them. Like they say, they shine the light on P and Tyrese, and then everybody else gets they shine accordingly afterwards. But we know how that goes, and that's how it is on all teams. But they're unified. And I want to see more unified basketball. I like this. I like this. There's no I in team, but there is in win. And there is in championship. You keep thinking you can go ahead and have a name above the pro. Nah, even the Cavs are a good team. They're a good team, but without Darius Garland, they're not as good as they could be. And this moment may pass them by. And this may be another conversation that leads to the indictment of them, because you're looking at them as this team that's so polished during the regular season. And I told y'all, don't believe that shit. If they don't deliver in the playoffs, it does not validate that regular season dominance, because every team has their own agenda. And if you're playing at a certain space, you're gonna bump into a pocket of teams that are either playing for the play-in, or they're playing for the draft picks. And the draft picks, that's like 30% of the league. You could say that's yeah. You're talking about the lower what 5 teams on each side, so that's 10 teams. Maybe even you can say 12 teams out of the 30. Because even some of the playoff teams wanted to dodge that bullet and get into this conversation about draft picks, but it ended up that way. But 33 to 34% of the league is, you bump into that, you run through those, you're not playing against the best of the best like you are in the playoffs every night. So you can get caught up in how good we are, because you might be playing against teams that are in a rebuild. You might be playing against teams that are in a certain space emotionally where the coach is on his way out. Right place, right time for you in your performances. Doesn't mean that you're dominant. Just means you caught the right wave. Now, rough seas. Now, yeah, the season changed. It's the fall of this time. The waves are a little choppier. The weather's a little frigid, but you're still being judged at the highest of standards. And if you don't produce here, then okay. The summertime performances, when it's warm and it's beautiful, we're going to overlook that, how you surfed on those waves when it was beautiful out in the sun. What you going to do during tournament time and it's raining and you still got to surf and the wind is up and it ain't the perfect scenario because that season has passed, but it's still tournament weather. Let's see. It's hurricane season. What you going to do now? Everything ain't perfect. And that's why I always looked at the Cavs as, if they don't put their foot and their presence and have their presence felt in the playoffs, it means nothing. That regular season presence means nothing. See what's up. Because you're going to be respected. The lasting impression is very important in the playoffs. The reason why the playoffs are so important is because it's the last thing we get to see. It's the last impression of you that we have. And the last impression of you right now is the most important impression of you. So we got to see. But I'm going to tell you right now, you keep playing with Tyrese Haliburton, shit. You better know the ledge. That kid is not playing. That boy is Bishop at the locker. What you gonna do, Q? But tell me what you think in the comment section, man. Tyrese Haliburton had a great first game, dominant, and let it be known that he's there for business. He's in the right pocket, healthy, and he's ready to cause problems. And if they're gonna win, they're gonna have to go through him and the Pacers to get to that next round. And they're willing to compete and do whatever it takes to make sure they advance to the semifinals again. Back to back. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.